The roots of car manufacturing in Malaysia actually traces back to 1926, when the Ford Motor Company decided to open the first car assembly plant in Southeast Asia on Singapore. Back then, the assembly plant was just a garage in a two-story shophouse. Ford was, of course, an American company, and by assembling their cars on British colony, allowed them to sell it within the British Empire duty-free. And this brought about one of the first industrialization in the history of British Malaya. The boom of natural rubber and tin export in the early 1900s contributed greatly to the expansion of the Malayan road network. And with it, the increase in demand for car ownership. Roads had to be built in order to travel into the rubber estates and the tin mining facilities. And by 1923, there were already roads that connected Singapore with Bangkok in Thailand. After emerging victorious from World War II, the British decided to adopt a peaceful policy to disengage from their colonies. And when Malaysia finally gained independence, the newly formed government set a plan to unite the young multicultural nation.
Merdeka! Merdeka!
The new government also knew that they had to shift Malaysia's economy away from its reliance on natural rubber and tin. And for that, they looked at the auto industry as one of their strategies to create new jobs for the masses and to transfer new skills and technology domestically. A few decades later, in 1983, the humble Malaysian motor company Proton was founded by our fourth Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir. He is known as a master planner and had a strong vision to modernize Malaysia. Through partnership with the Japanese car maker Mitsubishi, the first Proton Saga assembly line was built in Shah Alam, and in 1985, the Proton Saga was born. The first Malaysian national car was named after the saga tree, which is an indigenous plant that is locally known to be resistant to insects and diseases, and hence the perfect symbol to represent the resiliency of the nation. It was a time of optimism. The economy was doing well. Tun Dr. Mahathir said that the Proton Saga was more than just a car. It was a symbol of Malaysia as a dignified people. By building the first Malaysian national car, he had just created a symbol that all Malaysians could unite behind. Over the next 2 years, the Proton Saga would go on to become the fastest selling car in Malaysia. In the subsequent years, the Proton Saga was soon made available internationally and was launched in the United Kingdom.
And Proton has become the fastest selling make of new cars ever to enter the United Kingdom.
Well, I like the style of the car.
Its reliability.
It's a nice family car.
Extremely happy.
While not all Malaysians would agree with those comments, but it did show the world what Malaysians were capable of. And in 1996, Proton had acquired British sports car maker Lotus Cars. It was another proud moment, but it wouldn't last. Fast forward to 2016, Proton's lead in the domestic market had fallen to third place, overtaken by Malaysia's second largest car manufacturer Perodua and Japanese car maker Honda. The bad news would continue in 2017 when Geely, a Chinese car maker that started by making Mercedes knockoffs, decided to purchase Proton to bail them out of financial difficulties. We don't mean to knock on Geely. They have been so successful at selling Mercedes knockoffs that in 2018 they were able to buy a part of Daimler and become the largest shareholder. But does this mean it's the beginning of the end of the Malaysian national car and its symbol for resiliency? Or maybe there is still a little hope left, because in May 2018, Tun Dr. Mahathir, the person that founded Proton and led Malaysia's economy into modernization, was re-elected to lead Malaysia again.
That we won. Yes, I think we got a new hope.
There is optimism in the air, and the Malaysian people are extremely excited about their future. But many people question his ability to lead at the age of 93. So to show our support and optimism for a new Malaysia, and to prove that age does not matter, we bought this first generation Proton Saga with the help of our friends Bobby and KJ at MUV. And we intend to drive it on the old Malayan road network all the way to Bangkok, retracing the steps of our yesteryears. Subscribe to join us in our next episode to find out if we made it out of Malaysia and how much of this resiliency is left in this little Proton Saga. Thumbs up if you liked this video, and we hope that you have learned some interesting facts about our country. And to all my fellow Malaysians, we wish you a very happy Merdeka Day.
Merdeka! 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 Merdeka!